Hello, Retro Bro here, giving you another Pokemon Showdown VGC battle. I'm still new to the VGC format, so I figured I'd stick with the team I made last week to see how this will go. My opponent here has a pretty interesting team, I would say, because it looks more like a singles one-on-ones team than it actually is a VGC team. So let's see how this plays out. I'm going to, at this point, go ahead and play Charizard X and the Rotom, just so I can try to get some offensive leverage, and then hopefully go into my two defenders, Quagsire and Venusaur, to try to drain some energy out. Interesting, he starts with Talonflame or Rotom, so quick offense and support I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and go with a Rock Slide and a T-Ball so we can get this Talonflame out of here immediately, before Rotom can do some T-Wave or burn shenanigans. Maybe even a trick or two. So we took Talonflame out immediately, which is why, in my personal opinion, Talonflame may not be a good choice for a VGC format. I mean, I'm still new to the format, so don't quote me on that, but I don't really see it doing too well with two oppositions on the field, and they can only really strike one for decent damage. So he goes into Dragonite. This is kind of tricky because I figured, being VGC format, he probably wasn't going to be the weakness policy sweeping set, but he did so anyway. So doing my Rock Slide really just, well, essentially screwed me over. And you're going to see at this point that there's not going to be much I can do. I was hoping Quagsire could take care of that because of the Unaware ability, but you'll see what happens soon enough. At this point, I would say this is actually game. He Resto Chestoed and +3 on Dragonite, so Dragonite will OHKO everything with the exception of Quagsire, leaving Quagsire alone to be onslaughted by 3 other Pokemon. So essentially, this should be good game, with me losing. This match, all in all, still wasn't too bad. I mean, I did terrible, but it showed me that even in VGC format, you may find some people that just run singles one-on-one for the 6v6 type matches and will still set up for sweeps, which I didn't think people actually did in a VGC format, so it was a good lesson for me to learn. Ooh, and that crit took me out immediately, and that will be game. Since it was nice and quick though, we have enough time to get another match in, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys another one. Now this match here, bear with me ladies and gentlemen, is going to be aggravating. In fact, this match here showed me why it's not really worth to play VGC. Like, honestly, I've heard a lot of people say in a lot of different videos that VGC is kind of not worth it and not very competitive, and then you hear a lot of people that complain and say, no, smoking is just really rough and everyone tries to be hardcore and they think they know everything, so that's the reason people say look down on VGC. So, you know, I tried to be a nice guy. I tried to consider the VGC format. I tried to learn the VGC format, but this match here really shows you that VGC is not competitive at all. Not talking about the first match I just had, but this second match right here proves that VGC is not competitive. And like, honestly, after this match right here, I can definitely say I would never play VGC again. But I would like for you guys to watch this match, see how aggravating and ridiculously unfair it is, and then in the comment section below later, put your comments on how you feel about it. Like, maybe I'm just being too anal, or the rage kind of made me feel this way. But I would definitely love to hear you guys' opinions to see whether you agree with me on this or whether you don't. Now, just to give you the scenario here, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right off the back, unlike Smogon rules, VGC does not have a sleep clause. So, let's keep in mind that old Smurgle here has the Prankster ability. And as we know, Prankster says that if you're not using a physical attack and you're using a support move, you automatically go first. And this guy carries the Dark Void, which means that he can go first and put me to sleep every turn. And since there's no sleep clause, even if I switch out after he puts my pokes to sleep, the other ones can be put to sleep too. But just watch and see how it plays out. See how ridiculously unfair this is, and let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below when this video is done. So at this point he goes into Dragonite. I'm predicting it's maybe weakness policy sweeper like the last one. So instead of starting that weakness policy up, what I want to do is hit it for a little damage so I don't have to worry about the weakness policy. It opens the multi-cell and then try to T-wave it. But nope, he goes for the Dark Void. And as you know, Prankster makes him go first, so they're asleep. At this point, I didn't know VGC had no sleep clause rule. So my natural instinct was to switch immediately since two pokes were asleep. I figured I can switch, he wouldn't be able to put him to sleep, and I'd have a chance to try to gain leverage while the other two went to sleep. But nope, VGC has no sleep clause, so you can spam a Prankster Dark Void going first and keeping the Pokemon sleep the whole game. And you'll see right here, that's exactly what this guy does. And there's nothing I can do but sit there and let it kill me. Now, naturally, when something this ridiculous happens, I'm intelligent to know that there's no way I'm gonna win, so I would have just quit out and took the 4-bit. But since I'm doing a video for you guys, I want you to see not only how rage-inducing this is, but how unfair and non-competitive it is. So, just for you guys, I continued the video just to show you why VGC isn't competitive and why this is ridiculously unfair. Because I've obviously lost this match if he can spam Dark Void going first every turn to ensure that I stay asleep while the other Pokemon attacks. So at this point, I'm going to try to Leech Seed because I know he wants to just keep me asleep. So that's really the only chance I have. That way, if I'm put to sleep, I can at least gather some energy and work towards killing this thing. But nope, he still has me locked in Dark Void, so nothing is going to happen. Let's try to get the Toxic on him and protect this time with Venusaur. Maybe I can get some poison on it and still slowly get some energy down while he's trying to put me to sleep. And nope, Quagsire is gone. So as you can obviously see, this is good game. Or better yet to say, bad game. Because without a sleep clause and Prankster letting him go first to Dark Void me all the time, this was not a match at all. It was me sleep and getting beat up in my sleep. Yet somehow Nintendo finds this competitive. Yet somehow some people find this competitive. I think it's very belittling to how competitive Pokemon is and should be. And this is one of the reasons why I love the fact that on Showdown they go by Smogon's rules, because Smogon definitely makes things more competitive. I mean, yeah, maybe on Showdown people have really bad attitudes and look and act like they are better than everyone, and maybe that's a bad thing. But I mean, as far as the format and the rules, they're all there for really good reasons. And this match is a perfect example of why there should be a sleep clause. Or, if you're not going to do a sleep clause, VGC, then you should probably ban Prankster off of Smurgle. But I don't know. Maybe that just makes too much sense. So at this point now, I'm just kind of waiting to die and letting you guys see the footage of the fact that this can actually go on forever until I'm dead. Because I'm really curious to see, well, to hear you guys' comments about this and hear if you think I'm over exaggerating, or if you agree and feel that this proves that Smogun is actually superior to the VGC. Because I personally feel that Smogun is better, especially seeing this now. But I would like to hear constructive feedback from others, because as you know, you guys being my fans, I really care about what you guys have to say and your opinions. So I would definitely love to hear whether you feel I'm just being anal, or yeah, this is just outstandingly ridiculous.
So I'm telling you, don't know what to say, the monkeys won't do. Very by this time I was feeling threats. They was using a shoe brush to shine me head. I asked them to leave, but they stayed around. They pulled a chain.
And hopefully this turn they'll go ahead and finish me. Nope. Almost there. But I'm really glad that Smirgle is finally dead. Like, I obviously lost the game, but out of spite, I really hated that thing, and it needed to die, so I mean, that's pretty nice. And good, they got rid of me. So that is game. Pretty sure not too many people are going to like this video, but I just wanted to show you guys, again, why I thought VGC was non-competitive. And please, comment the heck out of this with your opinion, whether you agree with me or not, because I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Also, share this with a lot of people so people can really be active in sharing their opinion of how they feel with this. I mean, I'm not the only person that has VGC as a PokeTuber, and a lot of other people do. So maybe if Nintendo see a lot of people complaining about this, maybe they'll even fix it to try to make VGC more competitive for future tournaments and for future games. But as usual, I've been Retro Bro, and I'm signing out.